I don't know what her marital status is or anything like that, you know.
You're pointing right at me.
So we can interrogate.
All right, cool. Okay, now. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up from Singapore.
Oh.
Singapore.
I was trying to guess. No, I was trying to guess.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember the neighborhood where you grew up?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You remember, you know, some of your fun places, the places that, I don't know, or any parks or playgrounds or anything that used to, you know, what were some of your favorite places to go?
Somewhere between the age of 9. I have 2 other brothers, so we have 3 guys, and our age are quite close to each other. So I'm in the middle. So I'm the elder brother.
Because we wouldn't, you know,
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. Do you remember how to get from your house to one of these places, from the place that you grew up in?
Oh yeah.
To, can you imagine starting in your house and then kind of following the path to get there? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Do you?
Mac.
Did you have a 5th grade math teacher in Singapore? I don't know. I haven't been to Singapore.
Yeah, of course, but
Tough?
yeah.
Do you remember any
I
5th
remember
grade
the
teacher?
5th grade Chinese teacher, because I don't like the subject. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was tough for
is Aaron was asking David, the person, questions about his childhood. He asked questions like, do you remember the house you grew up in? And David's eyes went up here. This is the visual remember section. And David looked up there and remembered pictures from his childhood. And then David spoke like this about his childhood, and he already had the memories, he already got them, and then he could talk about them. Later, we played with this. We asked him what would happen if your childhood house was actually a tree house and you lived up in the trees. David's eyes went up this way as he got the picture and created the images, or created the visual aspects of what it would be like to be living in trees. Later on, we continued to play. We discovered that David's eye patterns are actually quite regular. So his visual memories up here, and his created visual memories were up here. Then comes a sound. Aaron asked David about the sound of his wife's voice in the morning. And David's eyes glanced to the side as he remembered the sounds. Then we asked him, what if your wife sounded like Mickey Mouse? And his eyes go over here. So this is the visual recall, the audio recall, the visual creation, the audio creation. Now sometimes perhaps you felt sad, and when you feel sad, generally you look down here, and this is where your feelings are at. All the feelings are located down here. I actually remember this through being at a funeral, or a couple of funerals in my life, and I felt some tears coming, some sadness from the event, and I was quite sad at the funeral, so I used to look up. I would look up to stop the tears. And now it actually makes sense that when I was sad, I'd be looking down here, and by looking up. You can actually do this in your day. If you want to become happier, just look up. Look up at the sun. Look up at the clear blue sky. Unless you're in Beijing. Now, there's one area left down here. Now, I'd like you to think about this. What's 5 times 7.5? 5 times 7.5. Now you may have realized that to process that kind of calculation, generally your eyes will go down to here, and this is where we process our thoughts. This is also like self-thoughts, what you may be telling yourself. Yeah? So that's the 6 eye patterns, or the 6 key areas where people's eye patterns go. And they're pretty standard. Some people have different patterns, but this is probably standard for over 90% of the population. Thanks.
Right. Left. Right. Okay. And you keep doing this. Now, it's going to start off pretty slow. And it's okay if you get the things wrong. But the goal is to kind of gradually speed that up, right?
Is it
It's
a
fun.
sequence?
It's really fun.
Or
It's a
just kind of
sequence.
random?
No, the sequence. It
You have to. It doesn't matter.
But it looks prettier when you draw it with a sequence.
Better drawing styles. That's
Okay.
pretty good.
All right.
Oh, wow.
He said don't judge.
Okay.
Boom! So don't call it good either. Okay? So
Come on.
we're just alternating our hands. So we can say this is 1,
1,
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Notice if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Then this time right is going to start here.
Yeah.
So it's going to, after 2 cycles, your hands will be in the same position. That's not that important, right? So here's what we're going to do. The process is to just try this as fast as slowly build up speed. So we're going to. And it's okay. It's okay if you confuse yourself, right? Because the point.
Don't talk to me while I'm doing this.
Right. The point is to get your eyes to go in quick, jerky, bilateral movement, not bilateral, contralateral movements, okay? So over here, there, here. That's the goal. It's not really to make a beautiful star, but this helps as a metaphor, right? So, here's what I want you to do. I want everybody to, once again, depress yourselves. Think about what your mother told you last time you talked and how much you said you need to do this and that. Whatever, the dumping or the... That's not depressing.
It was the body said something.
The last thing that made you a little sad.
Yeah.
You got it? Good. Why aren't you sad?
Ow!
That's the end of the session for tonight.
Hi guys. So you're probably wondering what the hell that was all about. Okay. This is a pattern called the star pattern. And basically we have a star and point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5. It's a 5-pointed star. However, the idea is that you don't turn your head, just your eyes. So your eyes are it's a very hard thing to do, but that's the concept, okay? So you have a star, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Now I know you're eager to try this, so just give it a go, right? So people are getting in a sad state. Then they do the star pattern. to get out of it. That's it for today, and that's what we covered in today's session. Thank you very much for coming, and see you again soon.